What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. Today's video, I purchased the cheapest 10,000 pound winch I could find on Amazon.com, and we are gonna install it on the Montero, so stick around. Now, ever since my Harbor Freight winch videos, they did pretty well here on YouTube, I get emails from winch companies all of the time, and I pretty much just ignore them because I really like my Harbor Freight winches and they work really great, especially the Badland Apex 12K that's on the TJ here. And if you haven't seen either of those videos, make sure you go check those out. That being said, I went on Amazon.com just to see what I could find, and I found this X-Bull 10K 65-foot synthetic rope with a wireless remote, and I got it for $297. So I went ahead and pulled the trigger on that, and we are going to put this on the Montero, and I'm going to test it out, use it, and hopefully it lasts a long time. And if it does, I'll let you guys know. There will be a future video of a long-term review and possibly a shootout between Harbor Freight winches versus this winch. Just let me know down in the comments if you're interested in seeing that type of video. I don't know anything about this company. I did no research. I just saw that it was the cheapest one, and it had the two things that I needed, wireless and a synthetic rope. Let's go over what comes with it real quick. This is 65-foot rope. We got our aluminum fairlead. We have our 3/8 just standard shackle. It's just boring, just a regular old shackle. Our hardware. This is our control box, our solenoids, and our plug-in for our non-wireless remote, which is this guy right here, which is, oh gosh, it's so terrible. It's one of the worst ones I've ever seen. It's like a grip from a joystick from like Microsoft Simulator from like the late 90s that I had like as a kid. It's pretty bad. And this is the wireless remote right here. It is pretty cheap. It feels about as cheap as you could get. So enough talking, let's bolt this up onto the Montero. I ended up buying a bolt-on behind the factory bumper winch mount that a guy locally here in Washington makes. I bought it on eBay. For now, we're gonna do the quick, easiest bolt-on to get a winch onto the Montero for the rest of the summer. The holes we drilled in the front here is so we can get our nut on the inside. So in order to install this, I put some blue painter's tape over the nut so it fits really snug on my 19mm. So for the washer here, I'm just going to take 2 pieces of blue painter's tape and tape it to the wrench. And then when I install it through the frame right here, it stays on, and then I can just pull it off and the painter's tape just rips. Once I get this winch installed, we are going to be doing section 2 and 3 of the Washington Backcountry Discovery Route Trail. So before I do that, I'm going to open up my Onyx Off-Road app, and I'm going to download my offline maps for the area that I'm going to be in. The next thing I'm going to do is going to go to the Backcountry Discovery Route website, and I'm going to download the Washington Backcountry Discovery Route Trail. And I can download that GPX file to my laptop, upload it to the Onyx Off-Road app on my laptop, and I have the complete route, all the stops, everything from Oregon to Canada on my laptop, which through the cloud is now going to be up on my phone. So with that route there and my offline maps, I will know exactly the whole route. I'll know where I am the whole time. That's just one of the ways I use my Onyx Off-Road app. If you're interested in starting your 7-day free trial, click the link below or go to onyxoffroad.com. Once that 7 days is up, if you want to sign up, use the code MuddyBeards, get yourself 20% off your subscription. All the links are down in the description, or just go to onyxoffroad.com. Now back to the video. We got this thing all bolted up and good to go, so we can start installing the winch on the plate. and then start putting everything back together, wiring the box and everything like that. Another thing I want to mention is this is 3/16 and not 1/4 inch. I have bent several 1/4 inch winch mounting plates on my Jeep, and they weigh about the same. I definitely could see the possibility of this bending. Since this solenoid box is going to be remote mounted under the hood by the battery, this is going to be my battery cable. It's super short because I'm going to be super close to the battery. I swapped it out, and this is now going to be the yellow one. And this is an old wire that I had from my old Harbor Freight winch. This is going to be the red one that goes all the way to the winch. And this is the only one that I had to buy. It was like 15 bucks at Napa. And it's just another battery cable. And this is going to be the black one that goes all the way from the solenoid box to the winch itself. So yellow wire we're not using. The black wire that came with it, I will be using as the regular ground that goes from the battery to the bottom of the winch. So now that I have all this set up, I can start installing the winch and installing this and then wiring it all up. Two little things I did really quick before we bolt this winch on. I had to get rid of one of the horns. I bent this one back sideways here, but bending this one back, it goes into the radiator shroud, so it's touching the back of the winch, so I just unplugged it and took it off. So it'll probably sound like a wimpy horn, but you know, whatever. And the other thing is I notched a notch right here for this hose so that when it pushes up against here, it doesn't pinch this hose or rub a hole in the back side of it. I also bent this bracket just a tiny bit, just like with my hand, to kind of push it back, because I don't want to bend this because I don't trust this not to break if I try and bend it. So bent this bracket back a little bit and then notched this out here. And of course there's a notch already in the winch plate right there, which is nice. So that's going to make everything fit a little bit better and make me feel a little more comfortable about, you know, running this hose behind the winch. So I finished wiring this up off camera, so we got all of our wires here, but we got it routed up behind this cooler, up and over the fan, zip tied up here, zip tied up here, and then we're going here. And I used these Velcro attachment points that I had laying around instead of zip ties, so I could take and reuse them. And then we're going here, connected to the positive, connected to the negative, and then this wire right here was a little bit longer and is beefier, so I had to put it way up over here. So the control box is right here in between the brake reservoir and the battery. This control box is super big and really hard to mount, which is making my mounting points very difficult to find a spot to put it. I have one day to work on this after work tomorrow to finish the whole bumper. I gotta change the oil, I gotta change the rear diff fluid still, because that limited slip is not working very well. And I still have a lot of stuff to do, so I can't spend, you know, hours and hours and hours making a bracket that's gonna mount it somewhere really nice. And to be honest, I don't see a location where I can mount this because it doesn't fit there. I got EGR stuff there, so there's no spot to put it. Even behind the headlight there's not enough room. There's not enough room here behind the grill because this control box is super big. I guess that's one of my complaints. Got a red light. Oh, and it worked. That's out and in, out and in. Okay, officially working. So as I suspected, this plate being only 3/16 and bolt on, there's no ribbing, there's no bracing, there's no anything. This I can move with one hand. I can move it pretty good back and forth. So I definitely am going to need to build in some ribbing and some reinforcement and some braces and stuff, because I do not trust this, and this is just not going to hold up. So hopefully this trip I won't have to use it, and if I do, it'll be a real easy pull before I can go in there and add gussets and reinforcements on it to see if I can stiffen it up a little bit. I got everything put back together. We got our new HID lights and our yellow LED fog lights, which look really awesome. There is the winch hidden up in there. I got my line tensioned on my tow point right there, all ready to go. Now I have everything installed. Let's do a no load line speed test, 25 feet, to see how long it takes the line to go in. So 25 feet, let's go test it out and see what it is. Okay, so what do we got for time? 40 seconds, 64. That's for the X-Bowl. Okay, what do we got on that one? 30 seconds, almost 31 seconds. Well, that's going to be it for this video, guys. Hope you learned at least a little bit. If you want to see the full video of our Washington BDR trip, check out Edward Shin's channel. I will link it in the description. Now, the reason I got this winch is to test it out for you guys to see if it holds up, and to be able to do some long-term reviews and tests between different types of winches, so you know in the real world, do they work, what the failure points are, and should you spend your money elsewhere, or can you get by with, you know, spending $297 on a winch? If you guys want to follow me on social media, I am at MuddyBeards4x4. Make sure you check out Onyx Off-Road. Link is in the description. Use that coupon code to get your 20% off your subscription service. And until next time, guys, we will see you on the trail.